Yo, YouTube fam, how y'all doing? TM Nation, how y'all doing? It's your boy Tech Mo here again, back with another review and unboxing. And today is a special day. You guys know when the crushers drop and they come in, everything stops. And y'all that have been watching me for a while know that I pretty much own all of the crusher headphones except for the older models that were wired and used batteries. Believe it or not, I did own a pair of the original Skull crushers back in the day, and since I purchased that pair of headphones years ago, I never found another headphone company that could deliver that subwoofer bass. So needless to say, over the years I have amassed a small crusher collection, as you can see right here. Here are my crusher wireless headphones, still working, no issues. Here we have my crusher 360s, still working without a problem. I love these headphones. And the newest pair besides the crusher Evos, these are the crusher ANCs, still sound amazing, no problems. And now I have the newest pair, the crusher Evos, and man, so far, these live up to the crusher name. But that brings me to my next point, which is that I know not everybody wants to spend $200 or more for a good pair of bass headphones. Of course, in this video, I'm gonna mainly focus on the Evos as they are the newest out of the bunch. However, the crusher wireless headphones and the crusher 360s may be viable options for you as they're always on sale. You can usually find these for about $100 and these for about $150. And to make it even more interesting, the crusher ANCs now cost the same price as the crusher Evos. So I say all of that to say this, it can be a little bit difficult to choose a pair of crushers if price to performance is your concern. So in this video, I'm gonna try to help you guys out a little bit. Of course, like I said, I'm gonna focus on the Evos, but towards the end of the video, I will do a little comparison so you know how each pair of headphones stacks up. For now, focusing on the crusher Evos, they retail for $199 and you have some pretty impressive features at that price. You'll get about 40 hours of battery life with these on a single charge, the personalize your sound feature through the app. You have USB Type-C for charging and you have built-in mics for voice calls. I'll go over more of the specs with the Evos and do all of my normal tests a little later on in the video, but so that you know what you'll get if you decide to pick a pair up, let me unbox them for you. Alright, so taking a look at the box, you get nice presentation with the Evos, and that's nothing new. The last few pairs of crushers that I've picked up really had premium packaging, and when you get them, you feel like you're unboxing something special. Once you open up the box, you'll see that you have information about the crusher Evos on the inside flap, and then on the other side, you have some quick start instructions to get you up and running. Moving right along, inside of the box you get pretty much everything you would need to put you on your path to deafness. This includes your user manual and warranty documentation, a USB Type-C cable to charge the headphones. You get a 3.5mm cable if you want to use them in wired mode, and a nice carrying bag with the headphones inside. I must say that although the bag is not going to provide a lot of protection, I like the design. The inside of the bag is really soft and it's made out of like a sheepskin feeling material, which gives the bag a really nice touch. Now taking a look at the crusher Evos, the design is really nice in my opinion. They do look pretty similar to the crusher ANC headphones, but they do have some differences which I'll touch on a little bit later. As you can see, I did pick up the black pair just to keep everything uniform, but you do have the chill gray color as well. I do own the Indie Fuels in the chill gray color, and I must say that the color does grow on you over time. The overall construction of the crusher Evos feels sturdy in the hands. Out of the box, I don't hear any creaks or anything of that nature, and they are relatively flexible. With the design of the crusher Evos, you can also lay them completely flat on a surface or fold them up if you want to. Most headphones only give you one or the other, but if those are concerns for you, they got you covered. For battery life with the Evos, just to recap, you'll get about 40 hours on a single charge. I just got them, so I can't tell you just how accurate that number is, but judging from my other crusher headphones, they usually get pretty close to that advertised number. These also do feature quick charging though, so only 10 minutes worth of charging will get you about 3 hours worth of use. They're also using Bluetooth 5.0, so pairing them to any Bluetooth device is simple and only takes a moment. All that you have to do is hold down the orange power button and that will put them into pairing mode. From there, simply find the Crusher Evos on your device, connect to them, and you're good to go. The connection in terms of walking distance for me has been pretty good. I can usually walk about 60 or so feet away from my device before I start getting some crackling, and then anything beyond that is usually when they disconnect. In terms of latency, I haven't experienced any type of lag watching YouTube videos or movies on my iPhone 11 or my Galaxy S20. I have watched media on both devices and everything seemed to be pretty synced up. The Crusher Evos do have built-in mics so you can take voice calls directly from the headphones. I've made a few voice calls using them and I think that the call quality is respectable, but so that you guys can judge for yourselves, let's take a listen. Alright guys, so right now I have the Crusher Evos paired to my iPhone 11. I'm not going to do any type of editing to this audio, so this should give you a pretty good idea of how you'll sound using these for voice calls. For playback controls, the Crusher Evos have 3 physical buttons on the right ear cup, and you do have all of your playback controls with these, which is nice. You can control your volume, your tracks, and your calls. To control the intensity of your bass, you simply use the slider on the left ear cup and it's buttery smooth. You can slide it up and down pretty easily, so you shouldn't have any issues dialing the bass in the way that you want it. Now moving on to the way that the Crusher Evos fit on my head, I have no complaints in terms of the comfort. They have generous amounts of padding on the ear cups, and for those of you that are bald like myself, the padding on the top is sufficient. Earlier, I did wear them for about an hour straight and I didn't have any ear fatigue or discomfort. Now, if you're worried about sound leakage, these are probably not the right headphones for you because they do leak a lot of sound. But just so you guys have an idea of how much sound they leak when turned all the way up, let's take a listen. As I mentioned earlier, you can change the sound with the Crusher Evos through the Skullcandy app. Through the app, you can choose from 3 different EQ modes, which are movie, music, and podcast. Or if you want to use the personalized feature, you can use this to optimize the sound based on your hearing. When you go through this process, the headphones will play different sounds and you tell the app which frequencies that your ears hear. The process does take a minute or so to complete, but once it's done, your sound profile will be stored. The Crusher Evos are also compatible with the Tile app, which is a nice feature if you ever can't remember where you put your headphones. When you're using this feature and you get closer to the headphones, the app will let you know and the volume of the chime will go down. For me personally, this feature is more helpful with earbuds, but it doesn't hurt to have that feature with the headphones as well. Alright guys, so now that you have an idea of what the Crusher Evos have to offer, let's get into a little bit of a comparison. And before I get into it, let me just say this and cover this base. I don't care which pair you pick up, nobody does bass headphones like Skullcandy. I have had a couple pair of the Sony Extra Bass headphones, and before you ask me, nah. Panasonic is also getting into the bass game now. I did try out their bass headphones and I wasn't impressed. So first, let's start with the oldest pair out of the bunch, the Crusher wireless headphones, and these are not quite as refined as the others. With these, you will hear some creaks here and there, even when they're brand new out of the box. And one thing that I want to note for you guys is this is the only pair out of the bunch that has exposed speaker wires. The overall sound signature with the Crusher wireless headphones is dedicated to the bass. Although you will get some decent mids and highs at lower volumes, they fall off quickly when you crank them up. The bass is also very impressive at about 50 to 75%, but as you crank them up, it does get weaker. Even with all of that being said, trust me, the bass that these provide is much more than you need. The battery life with these is good at about 40 hours, but remember, they are older, so you're going to get some older tech. With the Crusher wireless headphones, you're going to get Bluetooth 4.0 and they charge via micro USB. If those are deal breakers for you, keep that in mind, but price-wise, you can usually find these for about $100. Next in line are the Crusher 360s, and these are a step up from the Crusher wireless. Out of all 4 pair, I like the design of these the most, and a couple things set these apart from the pack. First, your bass slider on the 360s is not a physical slider, but you control it using your finger. As you're going through the levels, there are LED lights on the side of the headphones that change based on the intensity. This may not be a big deal to you, but for me, the design is nice. For me, the LED lights add a nice little touch that's a little bit cooler than just having a normal slider. The Crusher 360s are a little bit newer, so you're gonna get Bluetooth 4.1. They still charge using micro USB, and the battery is decreased at 29 hours. Another feature that I like about the design of the 360s is you can see the battery life left on your headphones directly from the headphones. You can see the battery left on the headphones at any time by simply pressing the button on the left ear cup. For sound, the 360s are going to be cleaner in terms of highs and mids than the Crusher wireless headphones. For the bass, you're also not going to get as big of a drop off when you crank them up. Price wise, these are still a good value. You can usually find them for about $150. Next, we have the Crusher Anc headphones, and this is the only pair out of the bunch that offers active noise canceling. The design with the ANCs is different from the 360s and the Crusher wireless headphones. These have more rounded edges instead of the boxier look that you'll get with those older headphones. The ANCs are also newer, so with them you'll get Bluetooth 5.0, USB Type-C for charging. And like I said, these are going to give you active noise canceling, but it does come at the cost of battery life, as these offer you about 24 hours. Sound-wise, the Crusher ANCs are a step up from the Crusher 360s, especially with the clarity. The bass is a little bit deeper and a little bit more punchy, and it is going to maintain its strength at higher levels. But bass wise, there is not a world of difference in between the 360s and the ANCs. The clarity is the big difference. With the Crusher ANCs, the highs and mids are more pronounced and they stay relatively clear when you max them out. Although most people will never feel the need to max these out, you will get some distortion when you crank them up. And as for the active noise canceling, it does work well with these, but to be honest, you really don't need it. Anytime that you have these headphones up 50% or more, you're really not gonna hear what's going on around you. Price wise, like I said earlier, the Crusher ANCs now cost the same price as the Crusher Evos at $199. And now we arrive at the Crusher Evos, and guys, I'm gonna keep it as short and sweet as possible. These are amazing. For me, these provide the best listening experience out of all of my Crusher headphones. The highs and mids are impressive, and you don't get a big drop off even when you crank them all the way up. Also, I am pleased with the amount of bass that you retain even when you max the bass slider out. So far, out of the 3 modes, I pretty much leave these on movies mode. The music mode is nice as well, but for me, the movies mode is where you get the most balance. The sound profile that the app created for me doesn't sound that great, so at this point, I pretty much leave it off. And I want to make it clear, these headphones are not just about head rattling bass. If you don't want that much bass and you just want to chill and relax, simply push the slider down a little bit and you'll be all set. You do not get a tinny or airy sound with these headphones, so I'm saying just try them out. I think you'll be impressed. So that being said, guys, I hope this helps you pick your pair of Crusher headphones. Like I said earlier, if bass is your thing, you won't go wrong with either pair, but for right now, the Evos are my favorite. But that's it for this video, guys. If you have any questions, as always, leave them in the comment section. I'll try to get you an answer. Thank you guys for coming through and hanging out with me. The support really does mean a lot. Until next time, y'all be safe, y'all stay positive, and most importantly, have a great day. I'll catch y'all in the next one. It's your boy Tech Mo, and I'm out. Peace. If you rock with the channel and your boy Tech Mo, hit that subscribe button and knock that notification bell out so you don't miss any of my uploads. Welcome to TM Nation. Peace.